All right, before we explore the third and final commitment, I want to invite you to listen to the experience of a young woman leader who is seeking to invest her gifts in the local church.
Do you know the parable about the servant who buried his gift? You know that one? It comes after the one with the boat and the animals, and it comes before the one with the cross. You know, the master who entrusted 3 servants with talents, and the talents might have been gifts or they might have been gold, and 2 servants ran off and made them into something greater. I don't know where those characters are. But one servant dug a hole for the thing he was given. If you didn't know that one, now you do. So this is the story about the guy who buries his. This floor isn't dirt, and digging won't actually do anything. And they probably didn't have wrapping paper in ancient Israel, but it's still that one where something gets buried. Except in this one, it's a woman. Sorry if that gets confusing. Nope, this is the one where she apologizes less. This is the one about the woman who buries her gift. It's a story about a woman from outside Chicago. It's a story about a woman who grew up in the church. It's one about a woman who keeps choosing rather painful shoes. This is the woman who got a gift and decided the best place for it was in the ground. But to bury the gift, she needed a shovel. And she definitely didn't have a shovel. She lived in an apartment. The only shovel she could ever remember having was the one she used long ago to build castles at the beach. That shovel had been good to her. It would do just fine. So she went and borrowed a shovel from herself at age 9. She went back in time or something. This is a story where things like that can happen. So now here she is with all that she needs to bury this gift when she hears a voice from behind. "What are you doing?" said the voice of a girl who was 9. The girl had followed her back. The woman could have picked a more secretive spot, but this is the one where she didn't. "I'm digging a hole." "Why?" "For this gift." "Why?" "To bury it." "Why?" "Because." "Why?" Because why? Why would you bury a present?" The girl looked at her someday self like she was an alien. "Someone gave you a present and you're not even gonna open it?" The woman looked at the girl who she used to be and said a thing she swore she'd never say. "You'll understand when you're older." And would you believe it? In this story, the little girl proceeded to grab the present. "No way, I'm opening it." The woman lunged. "No." The girl held fast. A tug of war. This is the one where the little girl is way stronger. She says, "Look at my muscles. I'm fastest in my class." Her shoes look way more comfortable, and with her hair pulled back, she is free in a way that the woman forgot that her body could be. The girl makes a silly face. The woman is startled to remember she had ever been so expressive. The girl is winning. You can tell she's used to it. She says what she means. "Give it to me, please." And she says this so deep and so loud and so bold, the woman can't believe a voice like that had ever belonged to her. The girl says, "Come on, I want to show it to the Collins." Oh, this story has 2 Collins in it, Colin O and Colin S, the 9-year-old's best friends. The 29-year-old lets go of the box. She had forgotten they were in her story. "How are they, Colin O and Colin S?" And the 9-year-old proceeded to tell the story of how many touchdowns the 3 of them had scored that day, how Colin O could pass it to her way down the field, how she almost always caught it, how Colin S was their team captain, how every day at recess they chose their teams, how they knew they'd play together every day, but how they made sure to choose each other every day anyway. This story made the woman who was older feel desperately homesick. The girl was off to see the Collins, and they showed each other everything. Colin S had a new football, and the girl wanted to show him her gift, too. But this is not that story. This is the story about the woman who buries it. The woman said, "You can't show this to anyone." The girl said, "Why not?" The woman said, "This gift is dangerous." The girl said, "Cool." The woman tries again. "They might not want it, or they might pretend like they want it and never open it, or they might like the idea of you having it and not know what to do with it." The girl says, "But is it a good gift? It looks like a good gift." The woman says, "Yeah, I thought so." And the girl starts to head off to show Colin O. The woman panics. See, this is the story where she buries her gift, but this one comes after the one where it was rejected, and that one comes after the one where it was returned. The 9-year-old doesn't know the stories that led to this one, this decision to dig. How do you wind up in the story you're in? It wasn't all up to her. It was all always being written by other people, too. That girl must be stopped before she winds up in the one we've all heard before. They might destroy it, the woman calls after her. They did that once. You really will understand when you're older. That gift is better in the ground than in pieces. The girl stops. She says, I'm sorry that they destroyed your other gift. I'm so sorry that happened. The woman breathes. There has never been one where that has been said. They consider the gift. And the woman who is 29, the woman who is me, the woman I am now, who can't see down the road quite as much as she'd like, about to decide where to put her minutes and her might, her words, imagination, her ideas and real laugh, her hands, her high fives, her silly, if she can get it back, her competitiveness that might make people slightly uncomfortable, but the way she can run when she's in shoes that are comfortable, her presence, leadership, lists, all of her gifts, the woman who wants so badly to play on a team, but with a voice she left behind at 9. The woman who can't resurrect her 9-year-old mind now that she's heard all these ones with bad endings. And though she still loves the one who gives her these presents, what if she brings them to the very house of his presence, only to discover that... How do you wind up in the story you're in? Could this be a story where it matters that I have this? Could this be one where someone holds it like it's holy? Could this story have more Collins in it? Or Bens or Robs or Dans? Could this be one where they pass me the ball? Could this be one where I call for the ball? I mean, the good stories have great teams. The best ones have I see yous and I'm sorries and we got this and you nailed that and we failed that and teammates that choose each other day after day. Could this be one of those? I thought this was the story about the woman who buried her gift, the 9-year-old says, in a smart alecky way that only 9-year-olds can. The woman must remember to apologize to her mother later for being such an irritable child. How did she wind up in this story? It wasn't all up to her. It was all always being written by other people, too. But she was carrying a shovel. And if you don't want to be in the one that takes place underground, you could ditch the shovel and step into the light. And this is that story, actually. This is that one.
How do you wind up in the story you're in? Other people are writing it too. I hope you'll long remember the image of a young girl holding a gift, wondering if she should bury it or if she should open it up and take a risk.